A major reunion takes place on last night's SmackDown. A huge match has been confirmed for WrestleMania 39, and is WWE introducing a second world title? Stay tuned for the news. It's been 2 weeks since I sat here with you with the news, so
where
we
have
could
you
say,
even been? What have you been doing?
Had a wee bit of a break, had a wee holiday. But today is a major reunion. It's us. But also what happened on SmackDown last night was an even bigger... Well, it wasn't as big as this.
It was an anticipated reunion, but it was still an emotional time.
Oh my God. So Cody Rhodes kicked off SmackDown, attempting to form a truce between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn so that they could be a united force against the evil bloodline. Owens turned it down.
Yeah, he was like, no, man, I'm not having it. Get out of here.
He was like...
I don't need friends. What have friends ever got me?
Well, that was the line that he used. It was like, why would I want to unite with someone who doesn't want to be my friend? And it was like, oh, you poor little lamb, Kevin. Like, and Sami looked gutted, so he walked out on him.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn sort of like, well, what do I do now? You know, like, where does that leave him up against the bloodline? Cody Rhodes has been playing therapist between them. It's been great. He's been doing a good job, actually, apart from this little snaff.
It's a weird thing because I think a lot of people anticipated the switch to Cody Roman from Sami Roman being so hot was going to be quite awkward.
I thought it was going to be very harsh.
Yeah, I thought
cut.
it was kind of going to just be like that. Quickly close the door. That's it. But it's nice that they've got this little bit of bleed going on.
Yeah, it makes it feel a lot more like a natural progression of the story.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's more
feel
like an ecosystem rather than a script.
Yeah, and like Sami's just been chucked out. But later in the night, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso got into a little bit of a scrap in the ring, at which point Jimmy Uso joined in and the numbers got a bit too much for Zayn. Then Kevin Owens' music hit and massive pop from the crowd. And then Jey and Jimmy sort of just stood waiting for him, ready, just coming out the top of the ramp, but he wasn't at the top of the ramp. He was behind them in the ring.
I don't know how are wrestlers falling for this still.
Idiots, right?
It's been the thing since I was a kid.
Right? Like 15 bars of his music have played? Where is he?
Where
could he be?
He must have fallen over. Got stuck in the curtain.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's running backstage to make it in time. But, he was behind them in the ring. He takes them down. He sort of helps Zayn get the advantage. They clear out. They sort of have a face-off. Owens sort of really goes very aggressive into him, and it looks like, oh no, what's going to happen here? Grabs him in for a hug.
But a violent hug.
Oh yeah, but there's a big hug it out chant right before he does it. Oh, and it was genuinely the storytelling on SmackDown has been next level for the past few months. WWE in general.
It's been nice because SmackDown, if you remember when we had that initial massive switch where there was the huge split in styles, SmackDown was very athletic and it sort of started having better stories than Raw, and it had a really good little tear, and then it all just kind of came crumbling down a bit.
Well, I'm very excited for what this could set up. Obviously, it's likely setting up the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. We've heard many reports saying that is the plan. It was just waiting.
The most logical thing, right? Given the way that Sami maybe can't be in the main.
He's not in the main picture, but this is still going to be a massive match. It feels big. They've done a really good job of getting to this point. Cody Rhodes was watching from backstage on a screen. And he's sort of smiling and nodding because he knows that he's like
in his Mr. Rogers jumper.
Yeah, he's just. It was great. So it looks like that's going to be one of the matches at WrestleMania, but it's not officially confirmed yet. I imagine we'll get that in coming weeks. But one match that was confirmed on last night's SmackDown is Gunther versus Sheamus, versus Drew McIntyre.
I think we all saw coming. We had that 5-way end and a double down. Last night wasn't really any different. Although it kind of went a bit off the rails. So last week after that double down, double pin, you had Gunther kind of going up to Adam Pearce being like, no, fix it. I'm not wrestling two people. Yeah. And then he's had a change of heart.
Yeah, he's come out going, I'm going to wrestle. No, it's a non-finish. The Imperium attack both men, and then Adam Pearce appears on the Titantron and is like, no escape. And then he puts them both in a match with Gunther at WrestleMania.
I just saw Wayne now with
It's going to be a chop fest. Can you imagine Sheamus' chest?
I mean, just all three people involved here, you've got to think it might be one of the low-key barn burners of the weekend.
As Sheamus has been saying for the past year and a half, a banger.
Yeah, because it sort of, Clash proved that if you just give them that time, give them that space, and then add Drew to it, I reckon it's going to be class.
It's going to be really, really good. Probably one of the matches of the night for whatever night it's going to be on. But it wasn't the only match. Yeah, both nights, man. They just start on night 1 and finish on night 2.
Night 2, they come out and they're just bleeding.
Well, there was 2 more matches added to WrestleMania 39, 2 showcase matches, as it was announced last night. But WrestleVotes has reported that the 2 matches will be the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus Viking Raiders versus Braun Strowman and Ricochet. And then also Raquel and Liv versus Shayna and Ronda versus Natty and Shotzi versus Carmella and Chelsea. So it's 2 massive 4-way tag team matches, but not for the tag titles. So
I don't... Until it's confirmed, obviously we don't know the complete ins and outs, but WrestleMania has to have, a very varied card, and this is going to add variation to it, especially a massive multi-tag
matches. You get everyone on there.
It's going to turn into absolute chaos.
Yeah. Hopefully they play around with it and not just have a standard match. They have some sort of leeway in how they're doing the tags. Maybe a tornado would be fantastic. I think that would be the best way to do it, but great to get them all on the card. The Street Profits deserve to be on there, as do all the other tag teams. But I'm very excited to see Montez Ford a big frog splash.
Oh yeah,
on WrestleMania. But there's a lot of things we can't actually say on YouTube without getting hit by a little thing.
Even with the recent announcement, it's still all very up in the air.
It's all up in the air. But a former WWE writer, we know WWE also has a lot of words they can't say, but a former WWE writer, Dave Schilling, has revealed on Twitter that the full list of banned terms from around the time of WrestleMania 35. Now he's revealed that Becky 2 belts, when she won the both women title at WrestleMania 35, was actually an ad-lib because the word belt was banned.
And it's important to note that this is more to do with WWE's internal banned words list rather than what we were talking about with platforms. So, like, obviously, TV network's going to say, WWE, you can't say this, or this. You can't promote this. You can't do this. That's all understandable. But this is more just a window into the mind of Vince.
The mind of Vince McMahon. Now, I've checked these to make sure we're not going to get told off. So we'll go down the list. We'll go one at a time. I'll kick it off. Ass.
Assail/assailant.
Back and forth.
Belt.
We're going back and forth now. Blood.
Choke.
That one's blurred out, but it's crazy.
Yeah. Fake.
Feud.
Hate.
Hell.
Here we go.
Idiot.
Something in the back.
What? Kill.
Number 1 contender.
I know that one's stupid. Strap.
Number one contender. Stupid.
Violence.
Revenge.
National television.
DQ.
Spot.
Girls.
And finish.
Some of these words are understandable, but things like in the back. Come on. Everybody knows the wrestlers don't go to the curtain. They walk through the thing and there's a magical portal that takes them home.
They disappear.
We know that there's a backstage. You shoot things backstage. Things happen in the back. So why is in the back banned?
In the back is
Why
banned.
is number 1 contender banned?
That one puzzles me because you would think they want to have it feel more sporting.
Why is DQ banned?
DQ's banned.
No DQ all night.
No, can't say it. National television. Why is that one banned?
I guess because they're an international brand now, it makes them sound small fry in his head. But I still like, when it's like this is happening on national television, it feels big.
One key one there, hell. They have a pay-per-view.
Not anymore.
No, but they did.
Now it's going to be called Heck in a Sec when it appears.
So those are all the banned terms from WrestleMania 35 time. It's just, as Sam said, an insight into Vince McMahon's mind.
It was noted as well that apparently from the report that was kind of dropping this, that things have changed obviously since Triple H has come in. Some of these words have been taken off the list. And this, we don't know either. This could be like event by event specific.
Could be just for WrestleMania 35.
It could have just been, you can't say any of these words tonight. So it's just a little window into it as we see.
It's just crazy. But this next report has actually got me quite excited because a new report from WrestleVotes via Give Me Sport has revealed that Triple H is planning on fixing Vince's final mess and have 2 world titles by SummerSlam 2023.
Now it's important to note we already have 2 world titles, although technically one of them is a universe title, which includes everything in existence, including all of the things that we've never seen. And probably all the things beyond the horizon line. So maybe all the things out there that remain undiscovered in the universe.
So what we need really is the multiversal title.
Why haven't we stuck Roman to a rocket and actually blasted him off to the moon yet?
Get some challengers.
Yeah. Can you imagine WWE on the moon? All that low gravity. 48-foot pile driver with a soft cushion landing.
In an old WWE magazine from about 2008, they had a concept for WrestleMania on the moon in there. And it was a cartoon, little cartoon drawing off it, and it was like a dome, and they had folk flying everywhere, and it was great. If someone can remember, it's not just me that's remembering that, okay? But the report said, this is the final mess, and you really can call it a mess. This is the final obstacle, and the new team is working to overcome that. There was never a plan when Roman Reigns won the titles a year ago. Triple H was handed this mess. By SummerSlam, there's going to be 2 titles. Now, yeah, as Sam says there, they do have 2 titles, but they are defended as one at the current point, and I feel like they will go the route of unifying them.
Get rid of the jam belt. 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 Get rid of the jam belt.
I can't believe you want to get rid of
the... Bring back the big gold, Fraser.
That's what we need.
That's what I demand.
We need the big gold back. And I feel like that might be something we'll get, but that's just my heart telling me. I can't believe you want to get rid of the jam belt. That's the one that your boy Goldberg won after.
Yeah, but if you retire it, it makes it more prestigious because nobody else can ever win it. If you just cut off after Goldberg and cut everybody else's reigns out, we can call it the Goldberg belt.
The Goldberg belt. There we go. That's the dream.
The Bill belt.
I'm excited to see whatever title they introduce.
Sorry, belt was banned. The Goldberg strap, that was banned as well.
That was, the Goldberg number 1 contender. There
I'm getting so fired.
I'm excited. Maybe we'll get the big gold back. Just one note there. Wrestle News Co. had initially reported, leading up to WrestleMania 39 just a few months ago, that Triple H was planning to introduce a second belt at the show. If The Rock had been able to compete. So it looks like they've just put those plans on the back burner.
Just to kind of go into it a little bit here before we finish up real quick. I don't really have a problem with there being 2 world titles beyond the fact that it kind of muddies the waters a bit with, well, who's the best?
Yes.
But the problem I have with the Universal and WWE titles is the WWE title has such a prestigious lineage, and then you have a belt that looks identical to it but with a color switch.
Yep.
And I just feel like by having just a slightly different design, calling it something else,
like the World Heavyweight
going back to the original brand split, it feels like it's a completely different title based on a completely different concept, and it has its own importance and its own lineage.
Yep.
So I kind of just want them to get rid of that standardized double design stuff.
I think that'll really help build the prestige of them. But that's all the news we have for video 1. We'll be back later on today with more news, of course. Stay tuned at cultaholic.com for all that good stuff.
And YouTube and this channel right here, because Fraser will be up with Graded very shortly.
Bingo, graded for SmackDown last night. And that's all. We will...
we'll see you. We'll see you in a bit, probably.
We'll speak to you later. Right.